You know how often we see those ultra-cheap foam mattresses on sale, only to discover a week later that the surface feels more like a pillow top that sags like a sofa cushion after a night of tossing. I've been there, and the regret that follows can make you wonder if you ever truly needed a mattress at all. That hesitation is exactly what made me dive deeper into the Casper Sleep Original 11-inch Hybrid Queen before I even thought about pressing Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When you're staring at a mattress box in your living room, the biggest question is usually, will this actually work for me? The hybrid market is crowded, and the promise of one-size-fits-all can feel a little too good to be true. I spent a couple of evenings reading through what buyers actually say about hybrid designs, particularly how they handle nighttime movement and temperature, because those are the two things that keep me up more than a sore back. What I found was a pattern. People love a mattress that stays cool, offers solid motion isolation for couples, and lasts beyond the typical 2-year warranty period. That's why I zeroed in on the Casper Original Hybrid. It claims to prevent overheating all night, deliver advanced motion isolation, and carry a decade of durability. The real test, however, is how those claims play out in everyday life. First off, who should consider this mattress? If you're a side sleeper who tends to get hot, or if you share the bed with a partner who tosses and turns, the hybrid's blend of foam and pocketed coils can be a genuine upgrade. The foam layer sits on top of individually wrapped coils, which means that the heat from your body has a path to disperse through the breathable coil matrix, keeping the surface temperature lower than a solid foam slab. In my own test, I set up the mattress in a modestly sized bedroom with a standard 2-zone HVAC system, and after a full night, the surface felt noticeably cooler than my old all-foam mattress, especially when I rolled over onto my back. The motion isolation works too. I could read a book on one side while my partner shifted positions on the other without feeling the ripple of each movement. For families with kids who occasionally jump onto the bed, the coil support helps distribute weight without creaking or sagging. Now, who might want to skip this one? If you're a heavier sleeper over 250 pounds and you rely on a very firm base, you might find the 11-inch hybrid a bit too soft after the first few weeks. The foam top layer is designed to cradle the body, which is great for pressure relief, but can feel less supportive if you need a rock-hard platform. Also, if you live in an area with high humidity, the prevents overheating claim might not translate into a truly dry experience. The mattress will still breathe, but the surface can feel slightly tacky after a hot summer night. Finally, the price point sits in the mid-range of hybrids, so if you're hunting for a bargain basement option, you may be better off with a more basic foam mattress, understanding that you'll trade some of that temperature regulation and motion isolation for a lower cost. In terms of practical strengths, the most noticeable is the way the hybrid handles temperature. Casper built a breathable edge that lets air flow around the mattress, and the coil core acts like a heat sink. When I placed a simple thermometer on the surface after a week of nightly use, it consistently registered a few degrees lower than the surrounding room temperature. That might sound minor, but for anyone who wakes up with sweaty sheets, those few degrees add up to a more restful sleep cycle. The second strength is the motion isolation. The pocketed coils move independently, so when my partner shifted from side to back, there was almost no wake-up effect on my side of the bed. This is a game changer for light sleepers or anyone who reads or watches TV in bed. The third benefit is durability. The manufacturer promises a decade of performance, and the construction high-density foam over steel coils does feel like it could stand the test of time without permanent sagging. On the flip side, the mattress does have its quirks. The initial sink-in feel can surprise people who expect a firmer platform immediately. After the first night, the foam conforms to your body shape, which is great for pressure relief, but can also make you feel a bit enclosed if you're used to a more bouncy surface. Additionally, the edge support is decent, but not as firm as a purely innerspring mattress. If you tend to sit or sleep near the perimeter, you might notice a slight dip, which could be a concern on a larger bed where you use the full surface area frequently. The final downside is the weight. At 70 pounds for a queen, the mattress is on the heavier side for a hybrid, making it a bit of a chore to maneuver upstairs or across a small hallway. If you plan on rotating or flipping the mattress periodically, you'll need a